Buenos dias or buenas noches, depending on where you're at. Um, Another view of my office here. You can see some of my letterpress posters. Let's start today by doing a summary of the Quattrocento, so the 1400s or the 15th century of Italian Renaissance. And we are going to start with Florence because this is really the main hub. 70% of the artists are active during the Renaissance in Florence. And this is huge because Florence is rivals with Siena, but we see a lot of the work come out of Florence that then fuels everything else. There are other major art centers, but right now Florence is at its height. We see Brunelleschi come up with a radical design for the Duomo or the cathedral, main cathedral of Florence. Even today, if you are walking across the Arno River or somewhere else outside of Florence and you see the Duomo, that means you're home. That means you're close to Florence. So Brunelleschi comes up with perspective drawing and makes a design to cover this circular interior space. But he is very influenced by the Pantheon that he actually goes to see in Rome. So we see a rise in architecture during this time period as well. Patrons range from the bankers that we see in Florence, the Medici and the Albizzi family that are designing chapels. They're also designing public spaces. The Medici design a library that can be used for the masses. So we have a lot of money that flows to corruption. We see also the papacy in Rome as a patron, as well as centers in Urbina and Mantua, which is in the north near Milan. We also continue to see the rise of humanism that brings about classical antiquities is in full swing. The writings of Socrates, Plato, Aristotle are influencing artists at the time. We see also some monumental sculpture that we have not seen before. So Donatello is on the scene. He makes the Gatta Malata, which is influenced from Rome, a great equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius. We also see the first male nude by Donatello as well as Verrocchio, and we know this is going to continue on in the High Renaissance with Michelangelo. So we're going to see the David throughout this time period into the Baroque. So it's going to be something we continue to talk about. We see Michelozzo design the Medici Palace in downtown Florence. And we see the rise of this individual artist as a genius. So the idea that the artist is no longer just a craftsperson, but they are more than that. They're a scientist. They have individual ideas and thoughts. They study and emulate one another. They study the classics. They find out what the next artist is doing, so they're learning from one another. But the idea of an artist as just a craftsperson, learning a trade, as stone, as paint, this idea is changing. We see artists who are interested in science, interested in reading. They are inventors. They have personalities, and we'll see some of that. Hopefully this gives you an idea, a summary of the Quattrocento Italian Renaissance.